Welcome back to another episode of To IB or Not to IB. In this episode, we're going to be talking about psychology, one of the electives you can choose from the Group 3 Social Sciences. Unlike the rest of the Group 3 electives, psychology is actually a science that focuses on the human mind and behavior, and has become a popular subject in the IB, especially as it's not offered in QSA.
Like the rest of the subjects, excluding maths, you are able to study this subject in Year 11 as a standard level subject before making a choice at the end of the year whether to stay in standard level or advancing to higher level psychology. This subject can still be taken even if you have not chosen to do Year 10 Introduction to Psychology course, as the course content will be covered during a year and a half.
Within IB Psych, there are ultimately 4 elements to the course. Part 1, the core studies, which involves the biological, cognitive and sociocultural level of analysis. Part 2, the mandatory options, including abnormal, developmental, health, human relationships and sport, and the internal assessment, which is compulsory for both HL and SL students, worth 25% of the final psychology mark. In this internal assessment, students are to replicate a significant study that has changed the course of how we understand human behavior and cognition.
You should take this subject if you have a good memory, and especially enjoy learning how to read and manipulate people. But you should avoid this subject if you're not good at remembering a bulk amount of research studies. Even if you are not good at memorizing information, don't let this stop you from taking this course. The teacher that teaches the subject can help you improve your memory. A very distinctive difference between the IB and QSA is that teachers are permitted to help you as much as possible, as they do not know what will be on your final exam.
Unlike most subjects, the questions on the exam at the end of the IB course will be given to you on the first day. The main problem that most people find taking psychology is the amount of memorizing that is required. From the first day, you are provided with a copy of the IB psychology syllabus, which includes every question you may be possibly asked during the exams. This way, students have 2 years to prepare for the end of year exam, where the IB will choose around 8 questions for you to write about, split into multiple categories.
Hello and welcome. Here we have our special guest, Miss Rossiter. Unfortunately, due to the decree of International Interviews Association, we cannot show this woman's body, unfortunately. But we do have some questions for her. Her coffee's just arrived. Leah?
Why would you recommend psychology to prospective IB students?
I think psychology is such an important subject. It's the study of the human mind and behavior, so the subject is about you. So it's interesting to everybody. And it really makes you marketable in the workplace. Every company is now wanting some psychological knowledge. Most big companies have HR departments which are heavily based in psychology. So I think not only does it help teenagers learn about themselves, it also makes them more marketable in the workplace.
Okay, very nice. So, Ms. Rossiter, what do you believe is the key to success in IB psychology?
The key to success is to participate in all the classes, to pay attention, and to practice. Psychology is very unique in that we're one of the only IB subjects that actually have the questions. Okay. So our students get the questions from day 1, so they know what the questions will be on the exam. So it's really just about practicing writing, paying attention, be involved in the class activities, and yeah, that's it.
Just have fun. Sure.
Oh, it is fun. It is fun.
It is fun.
Can you give us a brief overview of what is involved in IB psychology?
Sure. Psychology at higher level is basically 3 papers. The first paper we call the core. It's made up of biological, cognitive, and sociocultural level of analysis. So we're looking at behavior through different lenses. Paper 2 is what we call options, and in this school we do abnormal and developmental psychology. And then paper 3 is on qualitative research methods. So each student would be required to set 3 papers for HL Psych.
Very interesting. Now, just to finish off, a bit of a personal question. Who's your favorite researcher and why?
Yes, I'm interested.
My favorite researcher, hands down, is Adrian Ray, who's a criminal psychologist, just done awesome research. We used his research in class, and we were also lucky enough to get him via Skype to talk to all of our students this year. So it was quite a thrill for them, but primarily for me. But yeah, it's like meeting your idol.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rossiter.
No worries.
Thank you very much for joining us on this episode of IB or Not to IB. Tune in next time for more information about the IBDP.